Angels finishing on top. The Rebels on the rise. Paninis holding strong up in contention. The Spartans holding on to the winner's bracket. And the Hunters struggling to maintain their composure. Find out what's hot in the recap. We are one.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the VESL recap, episode 8. My name is Bossy. I'm your host tonight. Joining me for the first time, our British correspondent, William Cockingsworth. Will, welcome aboard.
Hey, thanks for having me here, boss. Yeah, I mean, Eric's done it, Mike's done it. I've come late to the party, it seems, but I'm excited to be here. What you guys have been doing it's been phenomenal. So thanks for having me on board. Appreciate it, mate.
Anytime. Champions Week's coming up. Are you excited? The energy is flowing in this place tonight. So,
I am. I mean, really, the whole competition's been quite extraordinary. The players, they've been really giving it their all, it seems, and I think we're in for an intense battle coming the next couple of weeks, and it's going to be an absolute shoot.
Yes, there's no other way to put that. Again, for news this week, there's not really much. There's no trading because it's too late. Only thing we're going to touch on, final week, there's, again, still potential room for shiftings for these champs, so again, there's no time to slack off. The table of how it's going to run down has started to spread out to socials. The rules will be set out this week, so we get plenty of time to hammer in.
Good.
Again, yeah, like at the end of the day, guys, have fun, please. Like,
gotta have fun.
We're doing this for years, so yeah. That's it.
Couldn't agree anymore. Couldn't agree anymore, boss. You've said it very well spot on. I think at this stage now, everyone knows what needs to be done, and let's all just lock in and focus on the intense championship that's going to come about.
That's it. Yep. Speaking of championship, we're going to get straight into these standings because we're not going to have a 40-minute video this week. No. Starting with fifth, these guys sitting on 175 points. They had a strong week. The Rebels. Now, Will, the Rebels this week, again, they've got this strong team. Now, they've really found their place in this comp now. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too late to the end of this season. But again, they're a team to really look out for now, especially coming into this Champs Week. They've still got potential to make it. And
I couldn't agree more. I feel as though now they're very competitive in how they play. I feel as though they did have that missing gap of that Sloth not really being good enough to lead as a player. I feel as though the board of directors, when we aligned the teams, we undersold a couple of players. We thought they'd be better than what they were, and they haven't really performed to their highest expectations. You know, a couple of those guys, Supply, Comet, it's not as good as we thought at the start. Slothy having some dips too, and look, the Rebels team, they had a lot of scattered players. They had people dropping in, dropping out. That's not a big factor. It's a bit of a hindrance as well, but it's been really good to see the last couple of weeks these guys, find a solid 5, 6 and make something work. And I think it will be powerful. They've even beaten the Angels now. They've competed against a lot of teams, and I'm excited to see what's to come. And I said it's good to see Poseidon now. Obviously, he might be a big threat next season, but he's playing a really, really vital role in assisting that team. He's got a big load on him. But I still think there's a couple of tweaks that need to be adjusted. I mean, Reaper 7 has his moments, but he looks a bit lost on the battlefield. Don't think he's got a real position at all. And I feel Supply Comet's similar boat. Osmond surprised me quite a little bit here and there. And I feel
definitely.
Sloth has got to try and lead too and just really put the team in front. But as well, Ace Shots as well. He's fitting in nicely. So come champs, I feel as though there will be in the losers bracket, of course, but if they verse the Hunters or Spartans, I feel as though they'll give them a run for their money. And we saw on Saturday, they 3-0'd the Hunters. So could be a surprise.
Could be a definite surprise.
Yes.
As I said, a lot of these, as you said perfectly, a lot of these players that have come into it, they really found their role well. As you said, Poseidon, being a pubs player that he is and a strong pubs player at that, it really shows that on these respawns, again, these guys hadn't won a hardpoint match until round 7 or 8, and then now they're winning them back to back. So
Yes,
again,
going to be exciting.
definitely one to look out for. Moving into next, 210 points. This guy's sitting on. They had a tough week on the Saturday night, so the Monday was still strong. Still, hit and miss this team. The Hunters. All right, we'll talk about your yin and yang. This team. The play style between the Monday and the Saturday.
Remarkable.
There was,
isn't it?
It's again, and one player doesn't make a team. We had no Ollie on Saturday.
Yes.
We had no Nachabi for a lot of the Monday as well. Almost no Nachabi for Saturdays as well. Like again, it's just and then it was touched on Saturday night. I think Volt spoke about it as well. I did manage to capture get a brief second of it. He did say, we've got Bluey and myself. We're both objective players who are in these respawn maps. We do the same role.
Correct.
And then there's a lot of weight on the other three guys' shoulders, and it's just it's not working. So
I feel as though firepower wise, the slaying is, and if you don't have a Nachabi and you've got kind of those two tier 4 players with that objective role, they won't be killing as much. But I mean, they've got to really try and get the minutes down and play their roles accordingly. But slaying and killing does play a huge role. I feel on the Monday, they were equally balanced. But as well as that, you've got your Ollie and Hanchalini, who do have similar roles as well. And I still feel as though sometimes those guys, they don't really have an understanding of where they fit in the team. They're kind of just there.
Exactly.
And I mean, they're safe when they've got an Achabi and Amplify popping off, and Hanchalini and Ollie will assist there, but there's a lot more involved in it that can be made, and a lot more improvements that can be adhered to. And they're just not quite there. But when they are there, they're very competitive, and they can be a threat. But I feel as though consistency will be their downfall come champs. And it's a bit of a smoky team, I would say. Anything can happen.
Exactly right. And we're starting to see this, we're getting to this real pressure points. I want to ask you, Will, because you're gonna have a lot more knowledge on this sort of thing. Does this captain have what it takes under pressure? Does this Captain Bluey have what it takes in a high stress situation?
I believe no. To answer your question, I feel as though the team hasn't really got a solid leader that, when they're down and out, can provide the boost and confidence. I watched the games back, even against the Angels, and Roan's own Bossy, I expected him to be out there and vocal. He was a bit quiet in the down. He was a bit quiet. Surprised me a bit. But you've got Amplify and them talking to, and everyone complaining. It does make it very tough. I think essentially when you're down and out, you've just got to really focus, and especially if you're in a leadership position, just don't worry about your game. Try and look at the whole team and how can the team improve morale-wise. And I think they really lack that whole. And as soon as they start, being in a negative mindset, it shrouds the whole team, and then they just discombobulate, and they will struggle. So, don't know if I've got high hopes for them for champs, but they could surprise me.
They've got a tough week ahead of them. They said it needs to be a first or at best a second.
Yes.
And
Spartans have to come last or fourth.
That's it. Speaking of Spartans, bringing it in on third place still, holding in with 240 points, so they're only just 30 up front. Let's have a look at the week that was Spartans. Week 8 for the Spartans was an interesting week.
Yes.
To say the best. It was a hard Monday for them, where we all saw.
Very hard.
Started to bring it back on the Saturday night. Again, as we've seen for the last couple of weeks, the attitude's not there, I think.
Definitely not.
We're hearing a lot of, like, you watch back Hebrew streams, you watch back a lot of the footage, and you hear this, I'm trying to do this, and it's just do the best you can. That's all I'm hearing a lot of. You hear a lot of, it's all right, just do the best you can, and It's more just we've got the game, let's play it, and let's just go live with our lives, which is not the best mentality to have, really, in such a heated and exuberant competition. But I feel like there is a lot of pressure on Hebrew, and as a leader, I think he is doing really well, but it's unfortunate when you got people that
don't really understand how to play their role. It can cause the team to rupture a little bit,
Yep.
and not I can't, similar to Hunters, where they start to lose a bit. They do lose that focus, and that resilience isn't quite there. They do have their moments. They have been competitive,
Yeah.
but I feel as though there's still a lot of holes there, and they just need Hebrew does need that assistance, and I still feel as though Jay's got his moments, but I feel as though, I especially watch some hardpoint games, and once Hebrews, it reminds me of has the ability to be like a Nani, where can control the whole map
Of
really, but
course.
once he dies,
Yep.
the whole team they will get pushed, and they will discombobulate.
Yep.
So it's a bit unfortunate, and there's
It
things they
is.
both
Yep.
tweak, but. I know they may surprise some. I mean, they are holding on really well. They might stay in the winners bracket. They look like they may be versing the Paninis and might just have been safe from getting in that losers bracket. But they are holding on. Just can they focus the last couple of weeks? I don't know. I hope they can pull the rabbit out of the hat.
Yep.
It's going to be intense, I think, for them.
It's something that we actually haven't spoken about yet.
Yes.
In a perfect world, Hunters come first this week, and these guys struggle to come fourth. We have this losers bracket of Rebels and Spartans. Who would you, if you had to pick on that week? Who would you pick?
If I had to pick in that situation, I think the Rebels would win. However, on the Saturday, the Spartans did beat the Rebels.
Yep.
So it could come down to the wire. I think momentum's definitely with the Rebels.
Yep.
Spartans kind of on the downwards with momentum, but kind of just holding on
Exactly, especially with
and just swinging.
with more respawns coming into it as well on that champ week. Like I said, the Spartans are definitely going to struggle. Honestly, I think so.
They have some good moments. Oh, they've versed some teams in domination here and there, but
Yep.
I think it was on the Monday we saw the record was established. Angels versus the Spartans, 208 to 118.
Yeah.
Should never be seeing that type of result and seeing such a large gap in such an end point in the season. It's really disappointing to see, but they're doing the best they can.
Exactly. Yep. All right, and again, you got these two juggernauts left, starting with second place. These guys finished strong. They tried to get that last push, but there just wasn't enough. 335 points, the Paninis. All right, now these guys have secured second place. Like they are the runner-up for the season total. Didn't have a great Monday night, but again, they still came through with the map wins where it counted. Lost to the Hunters on Monday, which again surprised a lot of people, but including the Hunters themselves. Again, but they're still showing signs of this just the one to look out for. Like,
Definitely very competitive. Structurally, one of the best teams I've seen out there.
Yep.
They go out there on the field and they have a real understanding of what needs to be done.
Yep.
And I feel as though the resilience is there. They're a very headstrong team, and that's why they have been so dominant as well. Look, it could have gone either way this week with them. They may have gone first, but in reality, they only just lost to the Angels by 1 point, essentially, on the hard point game. So it did come down to the wire. And they're going to be an exciting team come champs for sure. And I feel as we'll have a chat with Gaetano Nani, the team captain, shortly. But I feel as though the way they gel and their chemistry, it is quite phenomenal to see. And they will be good, I think. My pick is I do believe they will be in the grand final.
Yep.
But anything can happen, of course.
Exactly right. And it's anything can happen. Yes. There's no other way to put it. This team, they're either going to perform as usual, or they're going to something miraculous will happen.
They might slip.
Exactly. Coming into first place, these guys are now the official minor premiers for the first season of the VESL.
There you have it.
390 points.
Yes.
These are Angels. William, the powerhouse that is the Azir Angels. We saw signs of these guys again. They had such a strong start of the season. but there's still, again, coming into these champs weeks, they're starting to get more and more losses though. That's the downside. They've secured this first place. They've got the break on the first night.
They do. They will be going into, I think it's the qualifying final.
Yep.
They get to relax on Monday. I feel what's been great with this team, I feel as though consistently throughout the whole season, the lowest they've come is third place. They've never come fourth place. So they've always been that top three throughout the whole 8 weeks that have come. So they've always been up there and contending. I think that's what's been so exciting about them. Of course, I'm not as heavily involved. Eric Sean, he's the CEO of the Angels, so I'm not too embedded with them.
Yep.
But I mean, I hear things and I see things and I see, Volt does a great job in trying to just gel them together, and I feel as though as a unit they do work really well together. Their chemistry is one of the best, I would say, and they are definitely becoming threatening with their consistency.
Big time. Yep, there's no other way to put it. These guys, again, you hear it in all the other teams' locker rooms. They're the one team that everyone you got the Angels. All right, we've got to try and mix it up, pull some miraculous. And when they have lost, it's come down to this big unpredictable thing. But the downside is these other teams are really starting to run out of tricks.
I couldn't agree more. And I feel as though what works well for them is structurally they have established roles.
It's textbook. It's textbook plays.
It's textbook roles.
I
would say, Lotsky, he knows how to, he's slaying. Branny's just defending well. Volt is making sure the boys are spawning accordingly.
Yep.
And damages, he's supporting, Lockie's supporting, and Jared too, playing that support role as well. And I think they understand what needs to be done. The expectations are there.
Yep.
But from the leadership team, and I think they are really setting the standard come at champs, and they're definitely looking threatening. And they look like, I think they definitely would be in the grand final.
Yep.
But as we all know, anything can happen. They sometimes can crack a bit. They've had some slip losses, some lack of composure in little glimpses, but overall they do know how to hold it together. So they will definitely be a tough beat, that's for sure.
Definitely. Again, anything's possible. So all they can do is hold on, stick to the plays that they work.
Yes.
Hats off to them. Well done, guys.
Well done.
All right, and now for our guest this week, we spoke to the Mr. Controller Delete himself, the robot of the VSL 96, captain of the Paninis, to talk about how the feelings going with the Paninis now that they've secured this second place, and then moving forward. Let's have a listen. Honey, welcome to the recap, buddy.
Thank you, mate. It's good to be here. Hello, William.
Gaetano, how are you, Gaetano? Pleasure to see you.
Elegant man. It's good to be.
Pleasure as always.
Exactly. Look, it's good to have both of you in the same. There's a lot of power in this room tonight. A lot of energy. I'm loving it. Only 1 week left. Again, You guys came into this comp as a team that no one saw getting anywhere. It was a quick last-minute throw together. Or there's a bunch of people that we didn't know a lot of their play styles. Tommy Peppercat. Like a lot of us didn't know how they played or anything like that. You got 1 week left. You secured your second place spot. There's no chance of coming first. There's no chance of coming third. Do you start to relax now? Do you this last week? Do you start chill, or do you go hard and push through to the end?
We're never going to just sell games. We're always going to go hard. It's just about probably just picking different maps on different map picks. The last couple of weeks we've definitely gone off the Azir Cave pick to be safe, and we've experimented. Like we've chosen Gun on a Dom, we've chosen Hackney Hardpoint, chosen different stuff, just try and get better for champs, because you can't be a one map team for champs. So
exactly.
Yeah, we've definitely experimented as of late, and we'll be this week coming.
That's it, William.
Yeah, I was going to say, Gaetano, one thing, as you guys were the underdogs coming in, but what's really made Panini's the competitive team that they are today?
Of course, it's the chemistry, Will.
Right.
5+ years knowing each other, you're just going to, the ins and outs of every player. You know how to communicate and how to get across to them. It's just, it's that simple, and not pointing fingers at any other teams, but, Yeah, that's the difference, really.
Okay, and touching on that, like what do you feel as though, obviously being the number one player in the Voltolution, of course, there's a lot of weight on your shoulders. Do you feel like you're carrying a lot?
No carrying done here. My my boys always fill in the holes. Whenever one of us have a bad game or fall short, one of us always step up and yeah, it's always got our backs, the boys.
Good. And obviously, I mean, Champs is coming up. It's going to be an intense week. Is there a team that you feel as though will be a really good battle on the battlefield out there that you'll think, hang on, this is going to be a tough one from Champs?
Of course. We just had an absolute juggernaut of a game last night against the Angels. Just broke our hearts, but yeah, the games are always competitive and fun, and I'm sure we're gonna verse them in the finals if we do make it there.
I think so. It might be great.
Yeah, it's what the bookies are saying. Again, coming into this finals week, again, you secured your spot in the winners bracket already. That's going to happen. It's literally down to the Hunters or the Spartans if you had to pick a team that you're going to go up against in that first week. Who are you more looking forward to going up against?
Not to sound cocky, it doesn't really matter, but no. The Hunters, for the first time, they beat us, I think, on the Monday.
Yep.
I think the Monday. For the first time this season, and
yep.
Look, if they click, they're a strong team, especially on the respawns with the Chubby and Amp. But there's something about the play styles with us that we, I don't know, we just seem to always, like, I don't know, just outgun them. I don't know, just might be a mindset thing. And then with the Spartans, there's just not a lot of us boys. They struggle on the respawns, really.
Yeah,
they do.
And there's going to be a lot of them in champs. So I think I'll probably go with the Spartans, to be honest.
They have, however, beaten you in some domination games, but I feel as though all around you guys seem a lot more structured around the map. So
thank you, Will.
Yeah,
we've definitely done our work behind the scenes to get better. Like I said, we started. Everyone rated us as 4th or 5th, and we just, as the season's gone on, we've just gotten better. We haven't changed our team. I know that's on our own doing, but we've just gotten better as the season's gone on.
It's actually one of the teams to know that they don't have a sub. This has been the same team week in, week out, and this is where it gets. You get all these other teams, so with struggling players and not turning up, and they're the ones that are underperforming. You get the one team they stick through every week in, week out, and.
However, come Champs, if one does disconnect, they do have no extra man to fill a gap. I hope all does end well. I hope there's no discrepancies, but I would hate to see like a pack uninstall during a. Yeah, I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't.
With an Xbox host, I'm not sure how that works there.
Yes, well, I hope it doesn't happen. But I said we'll see how we go.
All right, Nani, mate, thanks for joining us on the recap, buddy.
Thank you, Gaetano. I look forward to seeing you out there, walking through walls, shooting through hips, and just destroying the battlefield.
It's a pleasure to do it for you, Will.
Yeah, thank you, mate. All the best.
Thanks, mate. All right, clip of the week. This is an interesting clip of the week. Will, set us up. Get us in the mind space.
I mean, clip of the week also, we'd usually have the coach's spray from Volt, but here, of course, we're England.
Yes.
The King's Speech, we'll call it.
Yep.
I feel as though at times when things get tough and when you've really got to maintain and keep strong, and it was a little bit disappointing to see the 2014 Call of Duty Coach World Champion have a bit of stress lapse towards his team. But essentially, when push comes to shove and when it all comes on the line, you can't give up. So it's disappointing to see Volt need to give up. He put the controller down, had an absolute filthy rage at the team, but I feel as though it might have just given them the little kick up the bum that they needed.
Yes.
And they really locked it down when they needed to. The pressure was on. They felt the pressure. And so we're going to go and watch and see how the Angels held on a 40-point deficit from 1 point down, losing in the hard point. Check out the clip.
Let's have a listen.
We're spawning out. Defend it. Why is no one at P5? Why is no one at P5? Come on! That's fucking bullshit there! That's rookie shit! That's fucking... Oh! Concentrate! 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 Go, 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 go! Outside, outside, two, outside, left, coming left door! Hold it! Get the full hold and we win! Now concentrate! Watch the angles! Nani's there, nice, concentrate, hold it, lock it down! I'm watching left door! Right side! Keep going, lock it down! Lock it! Lock it! Lock it down! Well done! Well done! But that was too fucking close! That was...
Now, again, as we just saw, these guys were 211 to 249.
Yes.
The controller was thrown. And they...
Yes.
I mean... And they come back and got the win. At the end of the day.
Yes.
Still.
Yes,
But
so I'm...
Still,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can't give up. It was disappointing. Voltnator, I've got to be quiet because he might charge in and yell at me. I'm living in this arena, of course.
Of course.
But essentially, you can't really give up. You can never give up. And sometimes I think, when there's a lot of pressure, you're like, rookie mistakes were made.
Yep.
But they quickly adhered to the slip-ups. The slip-ups were fixed in a matter of seconds.
Yep.
And then I think it was great to see the Angels just hold on there, lock it down as well as they do, and just, concentrate. So got to give props to them there, but you can never lose focus. You can never concentrate, never give up. It's a mentality you've always got to have.
Yep.
So
Yep.
just one thing, Voltnator watches this afterwards. Hope he doesn't kick me out. Never give up, Voltnator. Just keep on coaching those boys with the morale and hold on, mate.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, moving into our final segment of this week is our predictions for week 9, final week. Starting from last, I'm going to move last forward.
Okay.
Again, and I'm only this is totally unbiased, but I still reckon the Spartans are going to struggle this week.
Okay.
I've got them at 5th. And I've also got the Hunters not having the week that we're going to see. I honestly reckon this is going to be a hit and miss this week. I would love to see this guys dig in. I really would, but everyone has to show up, especially this week. I've actually got them at 4th.
Wow.
Yep.
Right. Fair enough. Okay.
Rebels moving into 3rd because, again, if they can play exactly like they played on this Saturday night, they're really going to be a team to struggle and look out for. And Panini 2nd, Angels 1st in my predictions this week.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds pretty rock solid. For me, I would say in 5th place, I'm going to have the Rebels. I feel as though they're there, but I feel as though they're already in last place. They can't really. There's no improvement that needs to be made. They might just focus on leading into the champs. So I don't see them improving quite immensely. They'll focus up, but that's about it.
Yep.
I believe in 4th place we will see the Spartans. Yep. I feel as though they want to hold on to that 3rd place. Yep. And I think they're a little bit of a push, as even though the motivation isn't quite there.
Yep.
I feel as though they will hold on if they may. And in 3rd place, obviously outside, I'm not involved in the Angels at all. I'm going to put the 3rd place Angels. I feel as though they've locked 1st place. I personally believe, obviously I live with Volt and I hear his tactics and antics. I feel as though he will be making some adjustments and changes. Not adjustments and changes, some experimentations. They've already got 1st place, so they can risk this week and take some gambles.
Yep.
So I feel as though he's going to take some gambles, and they'll finish 3rd.
We don't want to see any. I don't want to see any throwing there.
There will definitely not be. I don't think there'll be throwing. It'll be more experimentations with the team dynamics because they can afford to do that.
Yep.
I think 2nd will be the Hunters. I think they'll bounce back, but they'll just fall short.
Yep.
And I feel as though they'll be 2nd if they've got their rock solid team. And I feel as though Paninis will come home strong, leading into champs. Really want to prove that they're a grand final team.
Yep.
And I think they might win it, but anything can happen. So it's going to be an exciting one for the game day on Monday.
That's it. And that's it. That's week 8.
Well, thanks for that, Bossy. Pleasure to be here. I mean, I hope everyone had a great time. Excited to be here. Obviously, I'm not commentating a lot. Mike and Eric do hog it all, and I came to the mix of the Voltolution a year late from me streaming. But
can we expect a Will appearance on Champs Week?
I think I'll
at least a grand final appearance, maybe.
Maybe I don't think Eric and Mike would let me have a grand final experience. Okay. They've been up in there in the helm. Maybe a semi-final or elimination cast session.
Yep.
But I'll be in the mix for sure, and I'm excited to be here, and it's been a pleasure as always.
All right, again, that's it. Last week. Dig in, lock in, do whatever you need to do.
That's it.
Again, I've been your host, Bossy.
This is it.
Thanks for joining us. Will
Cockingsworth, thank you all. Have a great time.
See you later.